finally got you here. Yo. Let me ask you a few questions. BK. What's the purpose of this existence if not to excel? Is it worth it to be persistent when I'm riding through hell? Have I searched through the blue mist and just forgotten myself? If I was hurt and you knew this, then would you bother to help? If I was too distant to tell, would you stop and rebel or follow the trail and yell till we got to the well? Our soldiers under hypnosis, is knowledge for sale? Should I try to ignore the omens like I'm not gonna fail? If I was boxing with the devil, then I dropped and I fell, would you kick me while I was down or help me out of his spell? Still, you can't expect me not to try to watch what I felt, when 90% of the problems were subconsciously dealt. God is provocative, I hit the bottom, bounced and repelled into the cognitive responses where I thrive and I dwell. Watch the Anubis while he's weighing hearts out on a scale till the bottom was at the top and the top was expelled. I found the thrill, but it was gone for a while. I found it looking at the stars in the dark as I smile. I found it in a wise elder with the heart of a child, inside the silence in my shelter where my thoughts running wild. I found the answers to the questions I was lost in denial. I found them all buried inside after walking for miles. My soul spoke to me softly, they called me to trial and carried me like a boat that was crossing the Nile. I found my purpose through collective manifested epiphanies. I found heaven by searching as I channeled it into me, never losing myself. I was understanding the enemy, always ready to help. I don't manage it apprehensively. Phantoms lead the soldiers into war when they're supposed to. They don't plan to keep composure, so it's more than MK Ultra. They could put a price on knowledge, but that's barely what they sold you, and ignorance is the problem. The omen randomly told us I'll be dropping any devil that's trying to stand on your shoulders, reversing the spell, revising the anagram on the poster. I'll hand the problems over to the God that's standing closer to the man that I was chose to watch, that I'm expanding hope for, that I'll enhance with no words. Reality's a slow blur, don't try to dance with them when you battle evil, it won't work. Put it down beneath the cold dirt, but don't drown the sea that spills. With this duality I'm closer to the sound that gives me chills. But it was gone for a while. I found it looking at the stars in the dark as I smile. I found it in a wise elder with the heart of a child, inside the silence of my shelter where my thoughts running wild. I found the answers to the questions I was lost in denial. I found them all buried inside after walking for miles. My soul spoke to me softly and called me to trial, then carried me like a boat that was crossing the Nile. I found the thrill.